What's going on? Good morning, everybody. I know you're like, wow, in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Walter Hobson Show. I decided to change up the location just a little bit from our traditional set. So I hope everybody's having a good Thursday morning. I hope everyone's had a great week, actually. We're going to talk about a few things today. This is not going to be a really long episode, video, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about a few things, just a few things. Um, First thing we're going to talk about is I'm going to give you an update on the current COVID-19 relief bill. There's a lot of new information that just actually got released maybe within the last 24 hours or so. Also, I'm going to give you updates to President-elect Joe Biden's cabinet. He just basically nominated basically two new cabinet members, one for the Secretary of Energy and one for the Secretary of Transportation. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion that was last Sunday, it was good. I had to work that day, so I had to actually work a little late that day. So when I got home, I had to I caught the rerun of the episode of the reunion, and it was real dramatic. It was a lot of shit going on. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a lot of shit going on. And finally, I want to talk about what are y'all thoughts on this year's Christmas throughout all that we're dealing with in terms of the pandemic, just everything going on in the world, our nation. What are your thoughts on Christmas coming up in general? Like, are you gonna try to, visit some family where you can social distance? I have been talking to folks honestly where they're actually implementing things to do to spend time with their families on Christmas, but still somewhat or completely follow the CDC guidelines. So I want to know y'all thoughts on that because me personally, I I'm probably gonna see my mom and stepfather on Christmas Eve because I have to work one of my jobs on Christmas Eve, and I get off about 4. And then I was probably gonna make all my rounds after I got off of work on Christmas Eve because Christmas Day I'm gonna be in my apartment chilling, not doing a damn thing. So let's be clear on that. Anybody want to know what you doing on Christmas? Not a damn thing. Christmas Eve, something different. Okay, so let's get right into this. Let's get right into the our list of topics. Let's get into it. Um, the latest information on the coronavirus relief bill was they were at a stalemate. If nobody knows, they were at a stalemate, meaning they were close to signing this bullshit ass $908 bill that I discussed in the last video, and I actually showed you and read over the actual framework for the coronavirus bill they're trying to sign, but negotiations have taken a slight halt because Democrats and Democrats bottom line are like, we're not signing shit into legislation if there aren't stimulus checks attached to this bill. Stimulus checks that the American people desperately need. Like, people desperately need this motherfucking money. Like, 2 months ago, needed this money. Like, so many people I talked to are on the brink of eviction, not being able to provide food on the table to feed themselves or their kids. Transportation issues. It's across the board. It's crazy. So I just don't understand why these people in Congress, and I'm not just talking about the Republicans, I'm talking about both sides, Democrats and Republicans, why y'all can't come together for the better good of the people of this nation y'all were elected to serve. It's beyond me at this point. It's crazy as fuck. Like, all I'm hearing is How are we gonna pay for it? Shit, y'all wasn't saying that shit when y'all sent billions and billions of dollars in the last in the CARES Act to big business and big donors and corporations and shit. Y'all wasn't talking that shit then about how are we gonna pay for it. My thing is, put something out here right now that the people need. And I respect the senators like Alexandria Ocasio, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. I respect her. I respect Bernie Sanders. Excuse me, sweetheart, if I messed your name up. My bad. But I respect her. I respect Senator Republican, Senator Crowley, or Howley, whatever his name is, and Bernie Sanders. They're the ones that took the definitive stand and said we ain't signing shit into legislation unless stimulus checks are attached to this current bill. That's guts. And my thing is that's the right motherfucking thing to do because people desperately need this motherfucking money. So, the holdup is Mitch McConnell. It just got released last night. Now all of a sudden Mitch McConnell, the Senate leader, has had a change of heart. And now he wants to attach stimulus checks to the current COVID-19 relief bill. Only because the two Republicans that are in the Georgia runoff are getting their ass kicked by the Democrats. So he figured, if I add stimulus checks to this motherfucking Corona bill, maybe it'll turn this runoff election in a different direction in favor of the Republicans. Nah, bro, I don't think so. So that's a stretch. But okay, you can try it, but don't think it's gonna work. Anyway, so those are the updates on the current state of the COVID-19 relief bill. So I want to give you some updates to President-elect Joe Biden's cabinet. He just announced 2 days ago that he has selected his Secretary of Energy and his Secretary of Transportation. His selection for his Secretary of Energy is none other than former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm. I like that pick. And little do we know, behind the scenes, Jennifer had already been working in the energy sector with Joe Biden on several different campaigns related to energy in the past. So to me, it sounds like a perfect fit. And his selection for the Secretary for the Department of Transportation is current mayor and former presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg. I love how Biden's cabinet is so diverse. It's not like, okay, it's not like we're gonna be looking at the same old kind of like cookie cutter format in terms of the way he selected his cabinet members. I like how I call his cabinet the pot of gumbo. It's some of every season and every spice inside his cabinet. So good job. I really like how him and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, I like how their cabinet is taking form. And a lot of people are like, wow, I like how they have a lot of experienced people in the cabinet. It's dope. Like, if you don't know the full rollout so far of President-elect and Vice President-elect, their cabinet choices, you can go online and look them up. Let's get to the meat of the sandwich, low-key. The Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, which aired last Sunday. I'm going to be very honest with y'all. It was actually a little difficult to watch. First of all, everybody was like, well, you just don't like Monique. It's not the fact that I don't like Monique. I don't like how Monique moves out here in these streets. I don't know her personally or her family, but as a viewer of the show, my opinion, only my opinion, is I don't like the way she moves on the show, period. Just like I was kind of starting to like Ashley Darby, but then Ashley's up to her old bullshit again, stirring the pot, causing drama. So I'm over Ashley, and I'm definitely over her motherfucking husband, Michael Darby's ass grabbing that ass grabber. He's an ass grabber. I don't care what nobody motherfucking say. And what was up? Okay, let's go back a little bit to the season finale. Robin and Juan's engagement party. Why in the hell was Michael Darby so upset that Juan proposed to the woman who he has 2 children by, who's been his ride or die forever, Robin? I don't get it. That looked like some real gay shit to me. Like, he really had a motherfucking, Michael had a motherfucking meltdown. Like, Ashley had to calm him down. Like, did y'all see that clip where the cameras caught her calming him down? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Michael? You're embarrassing the fuck out of me. Like, why are you so upset that this man chose to take the next step with his ride or die, the mother of his children? Why do you even give a fuck? I know why. In my opinion, Michael secretly has a crush, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, on Juan Dixon. Remember a few seasons back when it came out that Michael said that he wanted to suck one of the housewives' husband's dick, and everybody was trying to figure it out. Like, who the fuck was he talking about? Well, we all know who he was referring to. He was referring to Juan Dixon. Come on now. Now let's get into the reunion. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Monique went the fuck in on Giselle. And it was hard for me to watch, because for one thing, I don't give a fuck if you got whatever the fuck you feel like you got on me and my family. I don't care. But one thing I will never do is let a bitch or a man, nigga, whatever, see me sweat. Period. And I just felt bad for Giselle. I'm like, you sitting up here letting this ghetto ass girl with this dumbass binder. That binder was dumb as fuck. If I was like, it was all color coordinated. She had the tabs. All that showed me was, baby girl, clearly you say you doing this and doing that. I don't believe it. Clearly, Monique, you have a lot of time on your motherfucking hands to be constructing that weak ass binder. I'm sorry, that binder was weak as hell. To me, folks may have thought it may have been for dramatic effects or whatever, but no, that showed that, baby girl, you clearly got too much time on your hand during this pandemic. But whatever. She got Giselle ass together. And I kind of like her response. Have y'all ever heard the saying, no response is sometimes the best response? And I like that. Because, yeah, you could tell based on the way Giselle was looking. Giselle, I ain't gonna lie, looked like a deer caught in the headlights. Like, what the fuck is going on? She's like a deer caught in the headlights. But my only thing is, I'm sticking by what the fuck I said. You don't never let a bitch or a nigga see you sweat. Period. Even if what the fuck they saying is true. You don't give them the gratification to see you sweat. You act like you're unfazed, you're unbothered, like a motherfucker. Well, the good pastor, Pastor Jamal Bryant, made a statement. Finally. He didn't say nothing at first because, as he said in the beginning of his statement, it's in the video. If y'all want to check out Pastor Jamal Bryant's response to everything that's been going on and being said about him and his family in the media, and his thoughts on last Sunday's reunion, part 1. And he got some stuff to say. He got some shit to say. So y'all can go over to YouTube and check out Jamal Bryant's response to everything, the reunion part 1, and just basically what's been said about him in the media, period, his family, etc. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't really watch the whole reunion because Karen looked like a clout chaser. I'm sorry, I like Karen, but Karen like a Monique clout chaser. Ashley is a clout chaser. And my thing is, the cast is completely divided, as you see. You got Monique, Karen, and Ashley versus Giselle, Robin, Candace, and Miss Wendy, Dr. Wendy Osefo. I like Wendy, y'all. I really do. I really like Wendy. I like her family as well. And lastly, we're going to talk about, what are y'all Christmas thoughts? What are y'all plans for Christmas? Like, yes, no one's supposed to be traveling. Nobody should be house hopping. That's how COVID gets spread. But I understand that it's Christmas and people long to be with their family or the people that they love. Me personally, I have Christmas off. I'm working Christmas Eve at one of my jobs where I get off at 4 in the afternoon. So my plan was, shout out to my mama and my stepfather. My plan was to go see my mom and my stepfather after I got off of work, drop off their gifts. This is Christmas Eve, next Thursday. And maybe make a couple of rounds after I left their home and then home where I stay and where I will be until Saturday where I have to work, day after Christmas. But what are y'all thoughts? What are y'all doing for Christmas? What are y'all cooking? I think I'm gonna do a pot roast, and I think I'm gonna do it in my crock pot with the carrots and the potatoes and the onions, and I don't know, that's up in the air. But I'm pretty much gonna have a low-key Christmas. I got a few gifts I got to go give, drop off on the front porch or whatever, ring a doorbell. But other than that, the plans were for me to go to mom's and my stepfather's house after I got off of work on Christmas Eve, give them their gifts, spend some time with them, and then back home. So what are y'all thoughts on everything we just discussed, I just discussed? What are your thoughts on the current state of the COVID-19 relief bill? What are y'all thoughts on President-elect Joe Biden's current cabinet picks for Secretary of Energy and Secretary of Transportation? What are y'all thoughts on the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 1 last Sunday? And what are your Christmas plans? What are your thoughts on Christmas? I mean, just in general. Please like and share my video to anybody that's new watching my video. My name is Walter Hobson. This is the Walter Hobson Show. Please go to my channel and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. My platform is growing. Thank y'all. And also, I do have a website. My website is called reflectionofaman.com. REFLECTION, the word of, the letter A, the word man.com. Reflection, singular, not plural, reflectionofaman.com. I'm still working on my merch. I know y'all waiting on where the hoodies coming, when the t-shirts coming. I'm still working on it. I'm trying to just, a lot of stuff is appointment only, and a lot of folks aren't just moving like they used to move before COVID. So I'm still back and forth with my printer. So thank y'all for being up this early and watching the episode. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all have a blessed and productive day. Like I said, go like and subscribe to the Walter Hobson Show. And I thank y'all. Y'all have a good morning. Have a good rest of y'all day.